Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, I am grateful that you have allotted some time to a Sikh representative of the Shiromani Akali Dal. I hope you will be a little liberal with me because there is no Sikh minister in the Union Cabinet, and I will try and represent my nationality as best as I can. I wish to transport your thoughts to 1984, when the Indian government, with the full force of the armed forces, razed the Golden Temple to the ground, killed thousands of pilgrims. I have listened to you, sir. Please listen to me also. Killed thousands of pilgrims, innocent people. The government of India said that they were cleaning the Golden Temple of terrorists. This is a lame excuse, and I don't agree with it, nor do the Sikhs agree with it. I take the case of the Babri Masjid. Were there terrorists in the Babri Masjid when it was razed to the ground? Christian nuns are being raped. Are they terrorists that they should be raped like Sikh women during the Operation Blue Star? The Pope is not being allowed to come to India, and obstacles are being placed in his way. Is the Pope a terrorist? Churches in Pondicherry have been burnt, razed to the ground. Did they hold up any terrorists? The presidential address is very careful, and it says that terrorism is going to be finished. Terrorism only finishes when there is an action and a reaction. That causes all sorts of terrorist problems. I blame the Indian state for terrorizing the minorities and putting us to death. I myself have served 7 years in prison. I myself have been tortured, and the height of it all was that though Article 21 of the Constitution gives us the right to life and liberty, it was taken away by Rajiv Gandhi's government by introducing the 59th Constitutional Bill, which declared that we could be finished off without the due process of law. Not the sort of laws that have been promulgated in this country. There are hundreds of Sikhs who are in prison since 1984. TADA has been repealed on the surface of it, but I'm attending TADA courts. I'm a TADA prisoner myself. How long is this justice going to continue? How long are we to get our cherished dreams, which Jawaharlal Nehru promised, that we would get a territory in India where we could feel the glow of freedom? We don't feel the freedom. Our passports have been confiscated. We are not allowed to travel abroad, not even though I've become an MP. It's the privilege of an MP to get a diplomatic passport, but this has all been denied to us. What about the river waters of the Punjab? The Constitution is very clear that river waters are on the state list, but all the waters of Punjab have been taken over by New Delhi. New Delhi distributes the waters. Everything, our natural resources are looted by the state of India, and we are very, very annoyed with all that is happening to us in the Punjab. There is no liberty. There is no money to pay the servants. There is no money to pay the government servants. It has got so corrupt that it's become a state which is about to wither away. The same is true of most of the states of which I've heard about. Odisha, West Bengal, they don't have any money. So what are we going to do? How is the centre going to provide money to all these states? I fail to understand, because if the centre provides all the money, it wears the jackboots, which we don't want it to wear. Now we come to the question of death penalty. I say, when Mrs. Indira Gandhi was assassinated, the alleged assassins were put to death. When Rajiv Gandhi's assassins were found, they are facing a death sentence. But what about the 1984 massacre of the Sikh people? Why didn't the state take care of the murderers, Titler, Harbhajan Lal, and their company, Sajjan Kumar? They are still at large.
No, please. No, listen.
Sir, the question is they have murdered us.
No.
And they want to subject us to
Mr. Mann,
Mr. Speaker, sir, they have committed genocide. These benches have committed the genocides of the Sikh people, and they want to reduce me to silence. No. It will never be done. We will speak out. If they want to face us, they are welcome to face us anywhere. But they can't shut us down. That's impossible. And I'll not allow myself to be shut down by some demonstrators in Parliament. This is a speaking house. I've heard them patiently. Let them have the guts, the patience to hear us also. The perpetrators of the
Mr.
1984...
Mann, they are all patiently hearing, and there are certain expressions which are not to be on the record. Therefore, I have expunged it.
Mr. Speaker, sir, these people have been named by the people who have been assassinated.
Kindly,
and I will tell you what is happening in Kashmir.
Kindly concentrate on presidential address.
Yes,
please.
I'm concentrating on the presidential address. I'm telling you why terrorism is raising its head. These are the reasons that the state itself has started committing terrorist acts. No people, my people, who were massacred in 1984, none of the perpetrators of that violence have been brought to book. What greater shame can there be? I say, sir, that these political murders must be accounted for. And I wish to tell you from our experience that when Maqbool Bhatt was hanged in Kashmir, was hanged for Kashmir, militancy started in Kashmir. And when Satwant Singh and Kehar Singh were hanged, the Sikhs became militants. Now, I don't want the Tamil people to become militants. 4 people are on the death row from Tamil Nadu. 1 is a woman. If they are also executed, I dare say this will arouse Tamil nationalism, and I would be very grateful.
I think this, Mr. Mann.
I've heard you. Sit down. Oh, we've heard you. You are the...
Hey, Mr. Mann, please.
Genocidal people can't talk.
Please.
It is not too much. These are the facts.
Please. Mr.
It
Mann.
happened to me.
Please. Mr. Mann, those expressions are expensive. There are expensive. This kind of things cannot go on.
I'm sorry to say that there are no important...
Mann sir, we know that members, but he must understand the restraint of language in this house.
That is why I was telling him...
He must restrain. There are some expressions which causes much more problem in the country. That you should keep in mind.
That's all. You may be... There are certain expressions...
Speaker, sir,
yes.
I want to speak about the Sikh people. There are no cabinet ministers. There are no Supreme Court judges. Why is this discrimination carrying on with this present government? which vows that it is for the Sikhs and the minorities. Today, the Christians are scared, the Muslims are scared, the Sikhs are scared. Is this the sort of polity we want in India, where the minorities do not feel safe? What about the Steen killers? That person hasn't been brought to book as yet. What about the other people in Gujarat? What has happened to the Christians? Are we to understand that the authority of the state doesn't run down to the states where these murderers can be caught and brought to book? This is all that is happening before this August House. I'm sorry.
Please. No.
I'll sit down when the speaker tells me. When you become a speaker, then you tell me to sit down.
Don't interrupt him.
Then I vote.
Don't provoke him now. No, conclude. Mr. Mann, please
Sir,
conclude.
please control your Congress benches.
No, please.
They can't shut me.
No, please.
They have committed the genocide of the minorities, the Sikhs.
Please.
And it is a fact that they have committed the genocide. And I would rather say that New Delhi ought to extend a new hand. We want the Constitution. We want a surgical operation of the Indian Constitution so that it satisfies Sikh opinion in the Punjab and internationally. I am a constitutionalist. I am a peaceful man. And I would say that all Sikhs are peaceful. It is time that we thought about
now kindly
the
conclude.
Sikh problem. And
please conclude.
And
Mr. Mann, please conclude now.
Thank you, sir.